For this week's Madden Tips Breakdown, we're going to take a look at a blitz out, a dime normal. And the name of the defense is called Prowl Spy 3. And what this defense does is bring pressure from the left side of the offensive line by overloading it with 3 defenders. And let's go ahead and take a look at those 3 defenders as you look at your screen here. And you can see these are the 3 defenders that are going to go ahead and bring that pressure from the left side of the offensive line. Now, you're also going to have one more defender who's going to rush the quarterback, and he's lined up in this area here. As you can see on your screen there, he's going to be somewhere in this area here. He's going to be rushing the quarterback. Now, he's actually going to be kind of slanting towards the right. Now, the cool thing about this is that you're actually going to have 6 defenders that are going to drop back in zone coverage. And let's go ahead and take a look at those 6 defenders on your screen here. So you can kind of see, as I'm kind of telestrating it here, these are your 6 defenders that are going to be dropping back as far as zone coverage is concerned. And then you also have one defender who's going to go ahead and drop back in QB Spy, which is this defender right here. So with that, you actually end up having 7 defenders that are dropping back in some type of pass coverage with that one defender that's actually kind of spying the quarterback. But in a way, when he drops back in QB Spy, he can also be in position to take away shallow crossing routes and those type of routes coming underneath. So with that, what I want to show you is with this particular defense is you do not have to make any pre-snap adjustments, and yet you can still get the pressure on the quarterback with just a 4-man pass rush. So that's what I want to go ahead and show here. So let's go ahead and run it, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more here. Now, one of the things I wanted to show here before we actually run the play is we're going to go ahead and have 4 receivers going out, and we're going to leave the running back in the pass block. So you can see on your screen here, here's the running back. He's staying in the pass block. So even with 5 offensive linemen, so we got these 5 offensive linemen along with the halfback or running back staying in the pass block, this is a 6-man pass protection scheme versus only a 4-man pass rush. But yet a lot of times we're able to get pressure from one of those 3 defenders from the left side of the offensive line. So let's go ahead and run it, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more as we run it here. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. And you can see right there, we're going to end up getting pressure from the inside right there. Now, one of the cool things I want to show about this, and let's go into the top-down view here and take a look at it. So we'll go to the all-22 camera from the top down and just go ahead and take a look at this, because this is one of the things I wanted to show with this is that you can still get the pressure from the top-down view. You can see it and how it's going to end up applying as far as getting pressure on the quarterback. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. One of the things you're going to find with this setup is without doing any adjustments, which is really cool, is that you're going to see the pressure coming off that edge. So this is where I was talking about earlier. You're going to have these defenders that are going to be rushing off the edge over here, coming in after the quarterback. And you got this guy kind of slanting out towards the right or in that area there. Now, with this one, a lot of times you might find here is these offensive linemen are going to slide and try to block these guys. So you're going to have, for example, you're going to have this left tackle and left guard to come out here and try to block. So you're going to see him going out there, and then you're going to see this guy kind of go out in this area here. So there's the guard. And then you're going to see the running back. Now, on this play, what happens is he actually gets a little bit confused. He starts out looking like he's going to block to the outside, but then all of a sudden he sees that inside pass rusher, so he tries to come in, but by the time he comes in, he's late. And this is what happens here is what I showed earlier. This guy comes in through this gap and hits it and gets a quarterback and sacks him. And the other thing about this is a lot of times in years past, one of the things that I usually see, and you've probably seen it too, you might see this right tackle come out of nowhere and slide over and block. Well, in this particular instance, he doesn't, and we're able to get that pressure on the quarterback. So let's go ahead and run it again from the top down here, and you can see it as we run it, and there's the pressure right there. Now, if we rewind it again, I want to show you a couple things that I was talking about. Okay, here's the halfback. If you initially see what he's doing, if you look at it right here, he looks like he's going to block towards the outside, which is what I was just talking about. So he looks like he's going to go ahead and block to the outside here and maybe take away this pass rusher coming off the edge. But then as the pass rush continues through, he goes to the inside and he looks to go ahead and block to the inside here. But by the time he does that, he's too late. And so we're able to get that pressure on the quarterback coming up the gut. Now, I can't always tell you that's going to happen. Sometimes he may end up getting blocked maybe by the guard or maybe by the running back. But if he does, then that outside pressure that's coming off the edge, in this case, this defensive back, will get the quarterback over here. Now, the other thing I've seen with this particular blitz is even though these guys get home and they get to the quarterback, sometimes they don't actually sack the quarterback. The quarterback's able to get out of the blitz and able to find someone down the field. But at least if your opponent sees that, he's going to think he's going to have to get rid of the ball. He doesn't know for sure if that quarterback's going to be sacked or not. He has no idea. And in this case, he does get sacked, and we end up getting a nice play out of it. So with this particular defense, without having to make any adjustments, you have a 4-man pass rush, and you have 7 defenders either dropping back in zone coverage or having one of them drop back in QB spy, it's a pretty good defense without having to make any type of adjustments. The name of this defense is called Dime Normal Prowl Spy 3.